you guys probably had to deal with, since you guys did higher education. Hector, you with philosophy, and Geo with your engineering. So student loans. Biden was willing to go a certain amount, but won't surpass that. I think this was a topic that Hector you brought to our attention. So why don't you kick it off?
Okay, so yeah, Biden has been, he's always wanted to eliminate um, some sort of fraction of the student loan debt that we are facing with in America here today. Uh, and his number was 10,000 initially, and I think it still is. And he said that it was the most he could do 10,000 on his own. That's the most he could do 10,000 on his own, and that if he considers more, he needs help from Congress. Obviously, you have um, you know people like um, Warren, right? She's always been pushing for that. And she said, I think 50,000 was her number, right? 50,000 K. And I think the numbers have to do more with, well, for her it's like I don't know what the average loan amount is now. I don't think it's 50,000. I think it's a little bit under that. It might be 30, 35, but it's affecting a lot of people, a lot of students, a lot of graduates, not just in the short term, but in the long term, right? It's keeping students from making bigger choices like getting married, making bigger choices like buying a home. It's always in the back of the head thinking like, dude, I have this loan, for the next 25, 30 years, right? So it consumes you mentally, and it could consume you financially as well, especially if you're not getting a job or you don't have a degree where you could get a job immediately, like myself, right? Because it's very competitive to get a teaching job in philosophy. um and but that's only one field, of the market, of the job market. There's other many. And you guys have friends that, or people that end up working somewhere where it's not where they got their education in.
Yeah,
It happens all the
my
time.
yeah, I have actually my niece. Dude, she went to Berkeley and she studied I don't know what the fuck it was, but yeah, she hasn't worked since she graduated, and
Yeah.
it's just impossible sometimes. So I don't even know why they offer those degrees if they're like so impossible to get jobs in sometimes.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. And the issue, well, part of the issue with eliminating a fraction or a big percentage of student loan debt is the question of who's going to cover it. Well, obviously, it's going to be the taxpayer. So that's another thing that Biden and his administration are going to have to work out if they want to go down that path, right? And see where they could, make changes so that it's not a big hit for taxpayers, for all of us. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. So what's up? What do you guys think? First, I mean, maybe I guess I'll lead off with a question. Good idea, bad idea? Is the amount right? Um, what's up?
Yeah.
Gio, you went to also school for a long ass time and probably had to deal with this. What do you think?
hmm Yeah, I have tens of thousands in student loan debt right now. So Chuck Schumer and the Democrats proposed 50,000, right, to that Biden could eliminate through executive action $50,000 per student in debt. But Biden only wants to do 10,000, and his claim is that it wouldn't be legal, it wouldn't like be constitutional. Another claim is that it would only help rich people, and also that it's not popular. It's not a popular opinion. Well, we have a common dream that says that 54% agree. 54% of respondents agree that 50,000 dollars worth of student debt should be canceled, and 37% say that it shouldn't. Another randomized study with the same group showed that it didn't matter whether it was 10,000 or 50,000. Like 50,000 was actually more popular than 10,000. Well, it didn't matter, right? It didn't matter whether it was 10,000 or 50,000. 50,000, the cancellation of $50,000 would affect nearly 85% of young people in the poorest communities that would become free of student debt. We know that it's been a problem for a long time. It's been like the problem has been escalating for at least 20 years now. In 2009, the average loan was for a student was 28,000, and it affected 32 million borrowers. In 2019, it's now 35,000 on average, and it's affecting 43 million borrowers. So 50,000. If you were to cancel 50,000, it would liberate millions of Americans. Biden claims that it's not legal. Well, there's a question of that, right? Like, what is the difference between, if you can cancel 10,000, why is 50,000 illegal? And even if it were to be illegal, why not run it through and then challenge it in the court, right? Like what we saw with Trump is that he didn't give a fuck if it was legal or not. He would take his agenda and shove it all the way through and then take it to court and try to get as far as he could with it, right? To get his agenda across. And so this makes Biden look really weak compared to Donald Trump. Even though Donald Trump was like out of control, at least people liked him because he would like go all out on his agenda, you know? And Biden is not.
I will hear that.
Yeah, Biden is not really like, he's turning out to be just as disappointing as we thought he would be.
I know we covered this, or Gio, you said this, you highlighted this the last time we met up, that, you know, a lot of the stuff that he said was just campaign talk, right? So, you know, campaign talk was all nice and strong and promising. And like you said, now we're just finally getting to work. But I mean, realistically, you know, it's gonna take, I think his first term is gonna be just, you know, turning back everything that Trump had done, right? And that in itself is a big task. But I mean, I guess that's why he has the whole cabinet, right? Like, he's not doing everything on his own. Like, he hires people you know, to run the education part, people to run the, you know, the social part. So he has, you know, cabinet members to do his biddings. But what you're saying is that he's just not putting his foot down and saying, "Hey, man, let's save the students," right?
Yeah, he's not. It doesn't seem like he's going to even try. But I have to question that whether he has the capacity to do these things. Like some of the things that you learn like engineering will say is that you have to figure out a way, especially if you have power, you have to figure out a way to multiply your output by like 10 times in order to be super productive, right? And as the most powerful person on the planet, right, with all the like infrastructure that is backing up, why can't he figure out a way to do this thing that is actually really important that we've been waiting for a long time to be done, right? And so and it doesn't even look like he's going to try. And one reason why he might not care about this, right, or be willing to take it all on is probably because of his donors. Like he could do $1.6 trillion in student debt relief, or he could do $1.6 trillion in tax cuts for the rich, right? Like what Trump did. He did $1.9 trillion in tax cuts for the rich and did zero for healthcare or for students or for anything, right? And the donors were like, yeah, you have to do this, right? Because we funded your campaign. And so I think that like where his money came from for his election and where the money's going to come from for his reelection has a role to play in what kind of policies he is going to push forward.
I'm gonna go on a rant, dude, because this shit, like, it just makes me think about everything, and it kind of like it grinds my gears, guys.
Do it.
So
Go for it.
yeah, whether they want to make it an arbitrary number, like 50K for everybody, 10K for everybody, whatever they want to do, if they can get whatever highest number they can get, they should do it. I don't understand why they haven't. I don't understand why every time the everyday person needs help, it's like fucking pulling teeth. But when there's corporations that are that are tanking, the government bails them out, right? All that shit is like I don't know if it's, I know it's not just me, but this shit is fucking played out, dude. It's fucking old. Like enough is like enough, right? We see through all the shit already. Like we're all, we're about to be, I'm gonna be 35 in, weeks. So it's like we've been seeing through this shit for so long that it's like, dude, past the shit. I'll go even further. This whole time COVID has been going on, if you lost your job, or if you got your hours reduced, or anything happened to your fucking regular flow of pay, all your fucking shit should have been canceled. Cancel fucking rent, cancel fucking anything that was regularly had to be paid in your life, because that's bullshit. It has of no fault of your own. You're losing your job, you're losing your hours. Yeah, they shouldn't have to put people through that, especially like, with rent and all that shit. All that shit should have been canceled. It's fucking nonsense, right? Especially when, the famous, like, I got Bernie right there, the famous saying that he would say that the average American, if they had if something happened to them that like they needed $400 on the quickness, like the average American didn't have it, right? Because they were fucking living paycheck to paycheck already, right? So you reduce that person's hours to half, or even to fucking 2 hours. So to some people, if you cut 2 hours out of their fucking 40-hour week, they're gonna be tight, bro. Right? So to not be able to fucking push this shit through after already fucking reducing the so-called 2K stimulus to fucking 1,400 that they still haven't fucking put through, that was supposed to be there on day one. This is weak as fuck on Biden for sure. But this is like you said, we expected it, and we're kind of hoping, like, dude, now he has more support in the fucking House and the Senate, like we should be able to fucking do this shit easy peasy, right? And it's still like fucking pulling teeth to fucking get help for anybody with this motherfucker, right? So I don't understand what the fuck is going on there. Yeah. If they want to, like I said, if they want to do an arbitrary number, or if it's just scale it to to people's income, or like whatever they want to do, they should do it. I don't understand why it's so hard. Like who does this hurt? Like like who's the loan companies, right? That are fucking sharking these super high ass interest loans in the first place. Like why are they being protected?
Well, I don't even think it would help them, right? Because they're gonna get paid, right? The government is gonna pay for that.
Yeah, like I think it was taxpayers. It's gonna come out from taxpayers' money, and it's gonna go straight to those companies that that deal with the student loans, the government that issued those government student loans.
Yeah, you either do it like the way we did the bailouts and the corporate subsidies that we did during the coronavirus, or you raise taxes on the rich, right? On corporations, and closing all the loopholes on taxes to make sure you pay for it. There are paths forward, right?
I think I read that part of getting a bigger chunk of the money for student loan debt relief was going to come from taxing corporations a little bit more, just slightly more, not so much that it's going to like make them like trip out, but just a little bit to cover it. But
Yeah.
it's not a for sure thing. It's just these are just things that like they're considering, like, well, how are we going to make it? I think so, Biden, like we know him from the last those 8 years that he was with Obama, right? And then hearing him speak as a candidate for president, the last couple of years, he wants to do this to please everybody, but you're not gonna be able to do that, man. Like anything, first of all, like anything that the Democrats do is gonna piss off the Republicans and vice versa. That's already off the bat. You know, it doesn't matter what you do. Like it's off the bat, it's just always gonna be disagreement between the two parties. We know that, we understand that, but part of our democracy is that whoever's in power, like, dude, like they got voted on, and that's it. We're gonna write it. I mean, we wrote Trump, right? We complained and everything, but we wrote it, and now we're here, and now we got a new cat, we got a new person, and then now we're gonna ride with this guy, and it's not like he's gonna go out and it's gonna be like, oh, my way or the highway. Like he is trying really hard to get everyone involved, which I actually applaud him for. That's really noble, and I think that's a great idea. To kind of get like everyone involved and get like criticism from like every aspect or every angle to make sure that your decisions are the right decision. But we're talking about student loans, man. Like how much thinking do you need to make for something like this? We're not talking about some crazy complicated issue, right? We're not talking about like going to war with certain countries. We're not talking about like how we're gonna end hunger on this planet. We're talking about something as simple as student loans. Not simple, but something that we know has been an issue for a very long time, and we can't even get a decision on that. Like he said, 10,000, and still nothing. I guess my only hope is that he's holding off because he's trying to push for more. But it's yet to be seen, and I mean, I don't, realistically, I don't see it happening. I think we're only gonna get -10, and that's it.
Minus
So
10 for some people.
yeah, yeah, for some people, right? Whoever the fuck qualifies for it,
Yeah. And I think it's federal student loans, right? It's not going to be like
Yeah.
private student loans. So the
Right.
people that started off with private student loans or ended up refinancing or getting a new loan from another company with like a lower interest rate, I think they're effed as well. Um, Maybe I don't know if Biden has a plan to like also help them as well. Those individuals. No,
No, I don't think so. No.
shaking your head, Gio. Damn. Okay, well. Um,
well, like on the same, like as
like, nah. I like
nah,
nah.
he doesn't have shit.
Uh, Sorry, guys, I tried.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of which, on another point where I think he was looking super fucking weak, and I think this was something that Gio brought up. I think Gio maybe, was the immigration bill, right? So I think he put forward an immigration bill that I guess looks like expedited pathways for dreamers and other select undocumented immigrants, increase the number of available diversity visas, direct more funding to immigration court and technology. But I think you said that right away he was already caving, saying that it was probably had no chance of going through. So more weakness, right?
More weak sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going up layups, fool. Layups, like
Mutombo.
on Matumbo, fool. Like, why you got to go in the paint hard, dude? You know.
Yeah, I think it was like you have to wait. Yeah, you have to wait like 8 years to become eligible for citizenship. Like, who's going to be president by then, right? Like, we don't even know if we're going to have a Democrat in 2024.
Yeah.
Why not now? And they talk about like it's not, it has a low chance of passing because we have to negotiate with the Republicans. Well, we have the majority, right? Kamala Harris would be the 51st vote. I guess the concern is the filibuster, but who cares about the filibuster? Let them filibuster for 2 days and then just pass it. That's what the Republicans did when Bernie Sanders would do filibusters. So
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are like, oh, we need to negotiate with the elite Republicans, right? Like it's not even the Republican voters. I don't understand why we have to play it so softball.
Yeah. And like you said, when fucking Donald Trump was in there, at least he had the fucking balls to push his shit as far as he could, right? This is what I want. This is what, and everyone got on fucking board. Like that was the thing, right? So why can't he do the same, especially when this is something that, like you said, 54% fucking popularity for 50K. Like, what more do you want? Like, you
Yeah,
know,
and he even said when he was on stage a couple of days ago that it wasn't popular, right? And we can see that it's a flat out lie, right?
yeah.
It's a flat out lie. I thought we were over the Trump era where politicians were going to lie anymore, right? That's what everybody's saying. No, these people are still lying to us.
Yeah, so everything, like I said, the day one fucking checks that people still haven't gotten. Like, it's all, everything's being pushed back now. Like, first you were gonna have all the power to do all this shit, and now, oh, we don't have the power to do nothing. Like, which one fucking is it, man? Like, it's so fucking annoying, right? And you know, like I always fucking say, it's like at McDonald's when you ask for extra sauce, like, and the employee is like, "Fuck, this food wants extra sauce." Like, I'm not taking the sauce from you. Like, this isn't your fucking money that we're fucking taking, right? Like, it's not coming out of your fucking pocket. Like, you dumb fuck.
You still get minimum wage.
Hey,
Yeah,
can we talk about that immigration the immigration bill
yeah,
in theory, I guess, because we don't know what's going to happen, but in theory, right? Like, um there's people that will say nope, don't want them here, right?
mm-hmm.
And then there's the other side. Okay, so I want to shine light on the other side. I want to illuminate exactly who those people are. Those people are people like me. Alan, you know this, and Gio, you found this out maybe about a month ago, but I myself am a Mexican immigrant. My family brought me here when I was 2 years old. This country is all I know, right? And in that process, my mom struggled so much with the worry of having to get deported. That was her only concern. So much so that sometimes it took away from her actually doing her duties as a mom. And I don't blame her for it. So we were against all odds. And this story is not one of, to make you feel sympathy for me, but this story, you know, it happens all the time. And there's stories that are far worse, right? And against all odds, guess what? I have 3 degrees. Okay. This is not me bragging. This is telling you the facts. 3 degrees. My sister has 2 degrees. She's also a Mexican immigrant. My brother was born here. He has 2 degrees. Okay. A single mom. My father passed away when I was young. Single mother had to raise 3 children with minimum wage job in the ghetto. And she got 3 champions. Okay. The worry from the other side is that by implementing these immigration bills and policies, that is gonna cause a surge in immigration. Yeah, but like, who's coming in and who wants to come in? People like me, people that wanna, that are proud to be here, that want to be good citizens, that want to do good, and they want to get their education, and it will benefit everybody. It's not people that are coming in here to do evil or to do bad. I could already say that much. And in fact, my neighbor, I had a neighbor, when I was living with my mom a few years back. I had a neighbor who was in the DACA program, right? He got a PhD a few years ago. A PhD. His sister is going to Berkeley, also getting a PhD. I mean, these people are winners, and they have that drive, and like I said, they don't know anything else, and they came from dirt, from the bottom of the barrel, and they have to crawl all the way up. And that drive, you're not gonna find that drive, in anywhere else. So they bring that to the table. So that's something, like I said, I just want to shine that little piece of not just my personal life, but just other people who are also out there. You just don't know who they are unless you speak to them. You could be looking at them and you'd be like, he's just an average American, average citizen, whatever. Like, nah, everyone has a story. Stop, listen, and I guarantee you that it will change your perspective.
Yeah, for sure, right? And this has always been this fake bad faith argument from the right, or conservatives that who don't like immigrants, which are that's their excuse for building the fucking half bullshit wall that they built, right? That they didn't even fit, that Trump didn't even finish. Oh, we got to keep them out. When in reality, it's people who are overstaying visas, people who are just not going back when they're supposed to, right? Who have already kind of established themselves here with probably jobs and just probably haven't renewed their shit, or just haven't had time because they're fucking working so hard. Like, some of them are legit working out hard, and Hector, like you said, my family is the same thing, and Gio, your family is the same thing, right? You got you who went to school, right, and you got your masters and all that. Your sister who works in the healthcare industry, right, and then you have
she works in.
No, I'm talking about Gio. Shut up.
Oh shit, my bad.
Sister who works in the healthcare industry, right? And then you have your other sister who's in the military, right? So she's serving Uncle Sam, right? What more do they want, right? In my family, right? My sister graduated from UCLA. My brother graduated from UCLA. I went to school for a bit and dropped out. But I work at a school. I do work at a school, so I'm shaping minds. Hopefully for the better. So I'm doing something productive. And then,
yes, sir.
Hopefully I'll be able to do more for the community if this podcast, takes off. So people like and subscribe. But yeah, this is a fallacy, right? There's never been an issue with immigrants coming. Even when this whole argument started happening really online with Donald Trump, right, and him, and all the hate started boiling up. I think the rebuttal was that we had net zero migration at that time, so the same amount of people that were coming in were the same amount of people leaving. So it was never an issue to begin with. And the people that do want to come, why would you not want more hardworking people in the country, right? Those are the people that are the money circulates through them, so that your fucking company like Amazon could fucking soar through the roof, right? Those are the people that are making the rich people fucking richer. So I don't understand the obsession with that narrative. It's so stupid. It's played out. It makes no sense economically. It's just yeah, I hate it. So the fact that Biden it comes up with this shit and it's this probably isn't gonna get through, but it was in our hearts, that means fucking dick to me. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you hear, and if you want to hear some of the issues that you care about discussed on Discussion Lounge, go ahead and drop them in the comments section.